Hi all. So this is sheet 3.2 mark card with HLOOKUP. So here what concept we have to learn, that how to use HLOOKUP, right? So as the name itself clear, first of all we understand the formula. What is the formula HLOOKUP says? So when we say equals to HLOOKUP, what it is saying? It looks for a value in the top row of a table, looks for a value in the top row. In VLOOKUP, what we learned, looks for a value in the left column. Whereas in HLOOKUP, it will be looking for the value in the top row of a table or array. Table or array is a given data set from which you have to apply HLOOKUP. So this is same in both the case, and returns the value in the same column from a row you specify. Now what it will be doing, it will be returning the value from the same column, right? But picking the value from the row you will be going to specify. In VLOOKUP, you have seen that it returns the value from the same row and you have to specify the column index. So here it is vice versa. So now we have to see what is the syntax. So we'll press tab. You have to write simply two letters, then tab. You will see that HLOOKUP appears. What is the syntax? Again, there are total number of arguments as 4, right? So 4 number of arguments are there in VLOOKUP also. First was lookup value. Here also the first is lookup value. Second is table array. In VLOOKUP also it was table array. Now third is row index number. In VLOOKUP it was column index number. This is just because the arrangement is different, right? In HLOOKUP the arrangement is horizontal arrangement, whereas in VLOOKUP the arrangement is vertical lookup. And then range lookup is same, that is match, either exact or your approximate match. So what I explained you, whenever the numbers are given in range, then the match will be approximate. Whenever the arrangement is actually the lookup, the match which you are looking is text based, where you are looking for exact values like employee ID or product ID or name or department name, then the range lookup will be exact, right? So I hope you understand the definition of HLOOKUP. Now we'll see what is given. The same data set has been given. Same. There are few students' name, 5 subject marks. In first situation, we have to apply some formula. In second, we have to find out the percentage with along with percentage symbol. Third is result, wherein criteria with percent symbol, and last one is grade. Then what is different? Different is this lookup table, this arrangement, which is shown over here. This arrangement is basically a horizontal arrangement. See, marks are also lying in row and grade is also lying in row. If we look for any of the marks, so it will be going to pick from the same column and from the row index. So this will be row index, right? From the row index you will be mentioning. So it will be picking value from the row index you will be going to mention. And if we talk about this particular table, so what you see how many rows are there? 1, 2. Whereas how many columns are over there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So in case some students, one of the students has scored 67 marks. So 67 marks will be lying here. 60 to 69, right? So if I say ki whenever the marks are being matched, then you have to pick the value from the same column, and from the row index you will be mentioning. So the row index you will be mentioning will be 2. So it will be picking the grade from here. If student has scored 67 marks, the grade will be D. So, and second thing what we learned just now, we said ki like the value which we are looking should lie in the top row. So here see, the value which we look for the percentage, and percentage will be going to lie in top row. So which is the top row? This is the top row. In this top row, the lookup value will be going to lie and will be picking the grade from the second row. So now we see how we'll be working in this. So come over here. First is apply sum formula. So simply we say sum and we select the range. What is the range? Range is the marks, all the 5 subject marks scored by the student, right? Then enter. Again we select all the cells and we press Ctrl D. Now for percentage, we have to see whether the format is percentage or not. Yes, format is percentage, well and good. Then simply we say equals to. We are not using function, we are writing a formula. So how we'll write? Equals to, select this cell, divided by 500, right? Now again, we'll say we can double click also, so it will fill all the cells. Now result criteria. So here this time result criteria is not mentioned. We can mention also. What we can do, we know that result criteria is what? Result criteria I'm writing for you, right? So here is the result criteria. I'll just drag this. If the score is 50%, then the candidate is pass, else candidate is fail, right? So this is the result. One more thing we'll do, I'll just copy this, right? And then I'll say percentage. Clear? And I'll give a border also to this. So what is this? Alt, I have to give border. So for border, where we have to go? For border, we have to go to first of all home, and in home, border B, and for all the border A. Alt H B A. So the border will appear, right? Now see, here result. Again we have to use if function. If, how many arguments are there? 3. First is logical test. What is that? We'll pick the value from the cell. We'll not be writing anything manually. We'll say if this particular percentage scored by student 1 is greater than equals to this particular percentage, then the result will be another cell, else the result will be another cell. I am not writing any of the value manually. Only the thing which we have to take care of, we have to freeze these all cells because this is fixed, criteria is fixed. So how will be freezing? Function F4, for this also function F4, for this also function F4. Now the question arises, why I am not freezing H4? Because I will be copying the formula for each, wherein each and every student's percentage has been mentioned. So second student percentage is mentioned in H5, third is in H6, then H7, then H8, then H9. So I want that this cell should contain relative addressing, so that whenever I copy the formula, this relative addressing we should keep on changing, wherein this absolute addressing should not keep on changing. Again what we'll do, I'll just select all the cell and press Ctrl D, right? Now we have to see how to use HLOOKUP. So equals to HLOOKUP, I'll press tab. This is my lookup value, comma. This is my table array. I have to freeze it, function F4, comma. If the value is being found in the topmost row, I have to pick up the value from the second row. So second, then the match should approximate. So I'll press tab, enter. Again, I have to select all the cell and I have to press Ctrl D. So this is how we have used the HLOOKUP formula, right? I hope you understand. Now see, I have to move to grade 2 second sheet. Here again, the table has been transposed, row became column and column became row. So the marks of each and every students are being given in different rows, right? Different rows of a same column, right? So earlier this particular arrangement was in different manner, wherein all the students marks are being given in same row but in same column but different rows. Now the students names are being given in different column, so their scores are lying in the same column but different row. Earlier the student name was given on different rows but the marks are lying in different columns. So it's a vice versa. So I'll copy this particular result criteria from here just for the sake of explanation. I'll put it over here, right? And I'll just make it clear. Then again this particular HLOOKUP table, which is my table array, I'm bringing over here. Now we'll make it fast. You know how to use sum formula. Sum, select all the values or all the marks scored by Mohit lying in same column but different rows. Now I will copy this formula. All the students' marks are lying over here. Now see, percentage, I'll check whether this cell format is percentage or not. It is. So I'll say equals to this divided by 500. Again, I will use relative addressing because I have to copy the formula against each and every student's score. Now again, I have to just display the result. I'll use if this percentage scored by student is greater than equals to this percentage, then the result will be lying in another cell, else the result is lying in another cell. Again we will freeze. So what will freeze? We will freeze the condition, that is J4, wherein criteria is being given, K4 wherein if the logical test is resulting true, then this value will be going to get printed. Again L4, if the logical test is false, then this value will be going to get printed. So in this way you are learning logical, you are learning relative and absolute addressing also. Now come over here. Here we have to use HLOOKUP. How we will use HLOOKUP? This is the value which I have to look in this particular table, which I have to freeze, because this table array will be same for every student's percentage or marks scored in percentage, comma. If this particular number is lying in the topmost row, then we have to pick the grade from the second row. So I'll write 2, comma. The match should be, the match which we have to use should be approximate because the numbers are given in range. So hence we'll write true and we'll close this. Enter. Now again I will copy the formula. See. So what I'll just make it center align, right? And one more thing we can do, we can just look for the formula which we have used over here. For that we have to go to formulas and show values. So these are the various formulas which we have used to find the values. I've written the formula once and I have copied the formula for all respective cells which are having different values in the form of marks scored by each and every student. So I hope you people are able to understand and clear about this.